So well, you're talking about what the regulator, as in the organized private sector, is going to be doing as regards helping the government to ensure that the grey market operators are kind of stifled out of business. Yeah. But what I'm asking now is, in terms of regulation, how much more regulation should this industry be getting? Is it being regulated enough? Or are there so many loopholes that need to be plugged to ensure that we reduce what we're having right now?
Yeah. Okay, right.
I think even, first of all, we should actually just enforce the regulations that are in place. There are SunCap certifications that these cars are meant to, specifications that these vehicles are meant to meet. So let's even just begin by enforcing the laws that are already in place. Nigeria has a lot of laws, but it's enforcement that is mainly the issue. If we begin to actually enforce what is in place, then we can see where there are any additional loopholes and try to fill in those plugs.
It must suffice to know that before you open an LC, a Form M is required, and most of the operators of grey business, they don't go through the banking structure, and we wonder most likely they're doing some what they call in the industry wash money, laundry, and that is also a questionable area that we will look at. But beyond that, the laws are quite explicit as to how you import products like automobile into the country.
Are those laws strict?
They are strict, but sometimes some people are circumventing some aspect of the free economy, free enterprise. You go along Ikorodu Road, everybody with a house is a car dealer. Once somebody stumbles on money that you cannot lay validations to, the man is a car dealer. Just go out of the country, get some few vehicles, and what business do you do? I'm a car dealer. And you wonder how people just get into those businesses and claim to be certified to be doing a business when they don't have the basic training, basic knowledge, they don't have the right understanding of how the business runs.
So this influx of used cars is actually stifling our ability to probably begin to produce cars locally.
I am happy to discuss this issue now, because before this time, the country had 2 car plants and 4 truck plants. Our total aggregate capacity to produce was over 200,000.
These plants you're talking about, they're not assembling plants?
They are assembly plants.
Assembly plants.
They were in this country, and I can name them. Volkswagen in Lagos, Pan in Kaduna, Steyr in Bauchi, you have Anamco in Enugu, you have Leyland in Ibadan, you have Iveco also in Kano. And all these plants were vibrant, producing, and all dealers in the country were sub-dealers to these plants. With 200,000, but today, we cannot boast of making our total production is less than 2%. And we hope you to know that automobile industry anywhere in the world is a high employability industry. We also have a challenge. This is a country that has comparative advantage. We have ore to make iron and steel that can be rolled into billets, to flat sheet. We can make glasses here. We've been making glasses in Ibadan. ISO glass and all the glasses companies used to exist in Ibadan. We make batteries here. The rubber, we have rubber to make tires. Dunlop is down, and Michelin in Port Harcourt is also down. So we have a challenge as a country. We're not converting our comparative advantage to competitive advantage. I guess with the new Minister of Industry, Dr. Olusegun Aganga, with the new framework they're trying to put together to revive the industry and take a close look at the industry, it is possible that there might be some light at the end of the tunnel.
We know that government has been trying as much as possible to collaborate with the private sector to as much as possible boost different sectors of the economy. Is that also being applied with the industry?
Yeah, the government is doing. I know automobile is on the front burner of the present administration. You know, the fact that automobile remains a very, very veritable tool to be used by everybody. The president will ride in a car. The president will not fly from his bedroom or wherever he's going to go to another place. If you have to go somewhere, you need an airport to have a plane. You need a ship. You need to drive to move by boat. You have to have waterways and other things. Otherwise, or even an helipad, you still have to move. But vehicle remains one very veritable tool that you can assess a landmass nature of Nigeria. But going further, the government is addressing this issue, and I think the only way we can get to is to focus on how we can develop cluster industries around the assembly plants that will come up. They're working with very, very many manufacturers. We are going to they're about reviving some of the industry, but the space we need to leapfrog, and I think the effort is not pushing the right. They're not pushing the right chord to ensure that we get to the right destination on time. The private sector, to some extent, can do some of the some of the investments, but the country must take a decision, just like it was done in Malaysia, in South Africa. In Malaysia, for example, they had a national car, and every aspect of production or manufacturing was tuned towards ensuring that the country's product suffice and become a national product that everybody use. But in our country, we have a challenge of taste. People want to ride on the most luxurious vehicle, and those challenges are there. We need to balance those challenges with safety, with technology, advancement in technology. We need to balance it with what is essentially functional for use in our environment.